Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kyrielle and today we are doing two looks with the SOPH Revolution Super Spice palette. Since I bought this, I've been non-stop playing with it, and so I thought I'd do two completely different looks with this today. This is going to be the second look you're going to see, so make sure you stay tuned to see this one. But I'm also doing pretty much a complete rainbow eye with this palette. I really wanted to dive in and do two completely different looks to show you the versatility of this palette. And yeah, we are really going in with this. So without further ado, before we jump on into these looks, if you're brand new to my channel, welcome. If you love tutorials, reviews, makeup commentary, or just makeup in general, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the red button down below and the bell button so you get notified of when I upload next. I upload every Monday and Thursday. I also do trickle in some fashion content now as well, hauls, try-ons, you know, those kind of things, and I do giveaways every now and again. It's always nice to have new faces around here, so I hope you decide to stick around. Anyway, I think I've babbled on enough. Let's get right on into the first look. Alright, so this is the eye we're doing today. I wanted to do something really colourful, and I mean, it's pretty much a rainbow eye. I've actually had this on for a few hours now, and the colours are still so vibrant. Can you believe these are Makeup Revolution shadows? It's insane. Anyway, I've just primed using the P. Louise Blank Canvas base. I've just put a light layer on. The first shade I'm going to go in with is Blue Lagoon, and I'm just going to start mapping out the shape with my eyes open. And I'm basically going to follow my eye and curve it around to my outer corner. Because of my hooded lids, I'm making sure that I'm completely relaxed and everything. And I'm just putting a light wash of this down first of all, just to get my shape. Now I have that down, I'm going to go in with the shade Papa. I'm going to go right at the base of the blue and blend this into it. Now that's on there, I'm going to go back in with the Blue Lagoon shade and tap over this so we get the best pigmentation. I'm going 50% on the colour and then 50% on the bare skin. Kind of tapering the colour as well so it gets thinner on the inner part of the eye. I'm just wiping off the excess of my brush on a cloth. You can use a different one if you like, but I'm just pretty much going to use this brush for the crease work. And I'm just going to soften the edges ever so slightly. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Maman, and I'm going to do exactly the same, just with the blue. Because I want more of a tapered effect though, I'm not bringing it all the way into the inner corner. I'm stopping just over halfway, so just about where the colour of my eye starts when I look forward. That's where I'm going to taper this. This shade is one of the more pigmented ones, so I'm kind of building this up with a light hand. Otherwise I find the blue can get a little bit lost. I will go in afterwards and re-intensify and everything, because as you can see the blue has almost disappeared with this green, but it's fine. It's a work in progress, trust it. Just wiped my brush again, and now I'm going to go into the shade Sunshine, which is the nice yellow, and I'm going to pat this next to the green, not so much on the green first of all, and I'm stopping this colour just under the arch of my brow. Because this is a lighter shade, I am doing more of like a pat-in motion to get this on. I'm going to go in with a touch of the green and tap off like pretty much all of the excess, and then I'm going to tap into the yellow, and this is just going to make a easy mixture of the two, and now I'm going to blend in between those colours. Alright, sorry guys, I took a bit of a break. A new Loki episode dropped, so me and my partner watched it. I'm going to go back into the yellow shade on a bit more of a blending brush, and I'm going to fluff it out further just so we see more of this yellow colour, and then go back in with our green concoction and blend it out. Okay, so that's pretty much all of our crease colours down. What I'm going to do now is go back in with those colours and just re-intensify, make sure they're all blended, make sure you can still see the individual colours. Then I'm going to cut the crease, and then we'll get onto the lid. Alright, so I just cut my crease with the P. Louise base in Re-White. And now I'm going to set the inner third of the eye with the white from the palette called To Be Fair. Now I'm going to go in with our Sunshine shade again, and I'm going to pack this right in the middle of the lid first of all. This is a decently pigmented yellow. It does need a little bit of building, but that's absolutely fine. I'm just wiping off the excess of the brush, and I'm going to dip into our white shade and then also the yellow shade, like a almost pastel yellow, and we're going to fade this into the white. I start by going 50% over the initial yellow we put down, then gradually as I lose product on the brush, I start working onto the white, just to make sure I don't have too much colour all at once, you know, especially when going over white because it's hard to take it away then. Just slowly build this up. I'm bringing this down on an angle as well. Once I've got the gradient going, I'm just going in with the yellow by itself, and I'm just going to re-intensify the outer part towards the outer corner, just so we don't lose that intensity. Now we're going in with the shade Cocktail, which is the bright orange, and we're going to go in the blank space on the outer corner and fill this in. I prefer patting the colour on rather than like blending, because otherwise it'll go everywhere and you have more control. Just patting this in the outer crescent shape we've made out here. And once the majority of the excess is off my brush, I'm just going to start blending the yellow and the orange together. These shades honestly blend really well together. Just bringing it a little bit further over right by the lash line so we can really get that angle going. Then to deepen up a little bit more, we're going in with the extra spice. And you can see we're just doing a warm gradient here. I'm just going to add depth with the red, and I'm just working little by little out here. Honestly, there's not that much difference between the orange and the red, so they blend seamlessly together. Now I'm going to blend this outer corner. I wanted to add some depth, so I first of all went in with Papa, which is our purpley shade, and I started to blend this together on the outer corner. And then I did a mixture of Papa and Night Owl, which is the black, and I used this to create a really deep version of Papa, and then I just went in and added that depth. I'm kind of like creating a line with this shade. I didn't really want to add too much depth, I just kind of wanted to keep it centered on the outer corner. This black is very pigmented as well, so going with a very light hand, doing little circular motions to blend it a little. Then to make sure I haven't lost any of the purple or the red, I'm going back in with both colours just over the top and blend this all together. Just going to finesse with the blue a little more to make sure that's not disappeared. It's a lot of going back and forth, you know, but I think it's worth it in the end. I really like this colour story. Pretty much a rainbow, you know. So that's it for the top lid. I'm just going to clean up some fallout, which honestly there really isn't a lot, which is like so surprising for these pigmented colours, you know. I'm going to do the lower lash line now, so I'm just going to conceal my under eye. I'm using the Conceal and Hydrate by Revolution. I find sometimes this concealer can look a little heavy on me, so I just go in with light layers with a brush and just blend it all out. I'm just going to go in my waterline. I'm using Bay Breeze by Colourpop. It's a pretty peachy colour. I'm actually going to put it a little bit on my lower lash line as well, and then just extend my inner corner just where I put the white. Then right underneath this, I'm going to go in with the shade Lover, and we're going to add a pop of pink, and I'm going to follow along this liner we've put down, fading it out towards the inner corner. I'm not going to make it too bold there, even though this is a really, really good pink. I'm stopping halfway in the middle of the lower lash line. Now I'm going to go back in with Papa, and I'm going to join these together and bring it out to the outer corner. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit further than where I usually would, just to smoke it out a little bit. To kind of blend these down a little bit further, I went in with the shade Lockdown, which, if I'm honest, is the dud of the palette. It's not the best purple. I mean, it is a pastel shade, but I just don't feel like it shows up really. It's like there, but it's also kind of not, you know? But you know what? The rest of the palette kind of makes up for it. I'm just kind of sliding this along, blending both colours with it. And then I brought down the colours we've got on the outside of the lid down to blend in with the purple again. So it's like a continuation of the colours and the blend. I'm just going to do that real quick. So I did that blend. I also added a little bit of the orange here to kind of blend it in with the pink and purple a little bit more, and I love this. I still can't believe this is Makeup Revolution. Hello. Definitely gonna have to play with some of the shimmers on the next look anyway, but I'm really feeling the all matte look right now. I just realized my camera wasn't recording the last bit I did, but it's fine. I only tightlined. I used the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil and just run that through my tightline. Now I'm gonna curl my lashes and add some mascara. I'm using the Maybelline Sky High mascara. Then I'm gonna add some lashes. I'm using Unicorn Cosmetics LOTD. They're kind of spaced out so they still show the actual eyeshadow through, which I appreciate. Alright, so this is the eyes done. I'm fully obsessed. I love the way they came out. It's just so vibrant, and I'm shocked that this is Makeup Revolution. I'm gonna go ahead, do my base, my brows and everything. That'll be all linked in the description since we're focusing on the eyes today. And yeah, I'll see you for the final look. Alright, so this is the finished look. Please ignore my hair. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. I can't be bothered to do it. Saying that, I did hairspray down these bits, and just ignore it. Okay, just look at the eyeshadow. Look at the eyeshadow. I'm so impressed with how vibrant this is, and I've literally had this on for hours now and they're still just showing up. I love this so much. You can pretty much do a full rainbow look with this, which is insane. It even has depth in there, so this is impressing me so far. I mean, I know I like the palette already because I've already done my first impressions on it, but to actually use so many of these colors in one look and it looks this good, I'm even more impressed. Alright, let's get on to look 2. Even though I'm feeling this all matte look, I'm excited to get some sparkle on my lid, so let's go. Okay, so this is the second look that I decided to do. It's a little bit different. Like, we've got shimmer going throughout the crease, which is not somewhere I typically put a shimmer, but I wanted to use one, but also wanted to do this kind of leopard print thing that I've seen people doing that looks so gorgeous and so sultry. This is what I decided to do. And I've actually had this on for a few hours now, so there's maybe a little bit of transfer, but you know what? It's fine. Hooded eyelid problems, you know? I just applied a base. This is the Beauty Bay one. I believe this is in the shade 2. The first shade that I'm going in with is Not Gonna Lie, which is our deep golden kind of bronze shimmer, and I'm gonna apply this with my eyes open just above the crease, going from the inner corner right the way to just underneath where the kind of arch of my brow hits, and I'm kind of dragging this to really get the shimmer to show as well. I'm also going to use it to extend the inner corner slightly and then just buff the edges lightly as well. Then I'm going in with the shade Mirror Ball, and I'm going to go over these edges. Both these shades are quite crumbly when you use them in this way, so I would highly suggest doing this before you do your base. Again, I'm kind of using like a pressing motion to really accentuate the actual shimmer. So instead of it looking like sparkles, it actually looks kind of metallic. You can see it more over this side. Now that's on there, I'm going to cut the crease with some micellar water and a Q-tip, just to make sure all the shimmer is off the lid, because we are now going in with matte shadows. And I'm going to try and make them a similar shape. I'm just taking off all the base so I kind of have a mapped out shape. I think I'm gonna have to take it through my brow on this side. Alright, now I'm just gonna go in with my base again and cut this area. I'm not really being super precise with it. I have a lot more precision when we actually go in with the browns, you know. Now I'm going in with a tiny little angled brush and the shade Cookie Dough, and I'm gonna start mapping out a line right underneath the shimmer and create our extended shape. I'm going slightly further than my brow, but not too far. And then I'm just gonna join this up to the outer corner of my top lash line. Just like that. And I'm also going to extend the inner corner with this and join it up to that inner corner on the lower lash line as well. Now the outline is done, I'm just gonna fill it all in with Cookie Dough. I'm just gonna press this on. Alright, so that's our base done. The actual details in itself is pretty simple, to be honest, and you can really create this your own. You can do big kind of print marks, you can do smaller, you can do more, you can do less, whatever your heart desires, you know. Personally don't like to go in with the deepest colour first, so I'm going to go in with the shade Brownies. I'm taking our same angled brush. I'm going to start kind of creating lines. I want the deep tones to be on the actual cut part, if that makes sense, and then I'll do the dots on the inside of the eye later on. So I'm just going to decide where I want these markings. I try not to put them like directly opposite each other, so then you have room to maybe fill in the middle and stuff. So I just kind of disjoint them a little bit and not make them symmetrical. And I am doing this just really roughly. Now that's on there, I'm going to take the same shade, Brownies, and I'm going in with a small detail pencil brush, and I'm just going to start creating a little round shape underneath the lines I've created and just start blending it out. I like to mix the shapes up, so sometimes I'll do little round shapes underneath, sometimes I'll extend them and make them a little bit more of like a line or like a scuff, if that makes sense. And yeah, just play around with it. Don't worry if the line gets uneven over here, we can clean that up with concealer. That is why I like doing my eyes before. Now I've kind of done the outside, I'm going to start putting random dots on the inside, or random shapes even, and we're just going to fill in the space. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Cereal, which is slightly more warm toned, and I'm going to go around every single edge of the shape that I've created. I'm going half on the actual shape and then half just on the brown base. Now I'm going to go back into Brownies and just re-intensify them a little bit more, mainly focusing it at the base or the center of each one. And now I'm going to go in with the shade Night Owl, which is the black, with a very light hand, tapping off like all the excess, and I'm just going to base this right on the edges or the inside of these shapes. I hope this is all making sense. The trick I like to do is use one side of the brush, and then if I have those smaller kind of shapes, I can just turn the brush to where I have less product and less surface area of that product, and it just helps you not having to use a billion brushes, you know. Now I'm going to go in with Cookie Dough again on our angled brush, and I'm just going to redefine the areas that I've kind of lost or maybe just need a bit of reshaping, you know, just making sure the top shape is still there. Now I'm just going to use a makeup wipe and clean up this edge, and then I'm just going to go in with my eye base and just clean up here. You can use concealer, but I'm going to go back in with a little bit of Cookie Dough just to make sure I still have my sharp line. So I'm just going to use my actual base for a minute. Okay, just like that. I know I'm not exactly even. It's so hard when you have hooded lids. It's just like almost impossible. And I have two different shaped eyes because I have astigmatism, so that doesn't help. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to quickly tightline with the black eye pencil. I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eye pencil in the shade 0. I should really sharpen this, but I just can't be bothered to find my sharpener. And I'm also going to put this on my waterline as well. Okay, I caved and sharpened it because I could not do my lash line. I'm going to take a little bit of Cookie Dough just right underneath the black, and I'm not really joining it up to the top lid. I'm just kind of keeping it here in the center, tapered it on either side, but not bringing it too low, you know. And then I'm just taking a little dab of Brownies and keeping this focused right up against the black. just to smudge it out a little. I'm gonna curl my lashes and add some mascara. I'm using the Maybelline Sky High again. Tapering my lashes out towards the edge of my eye to help create the wing shape, you know. Just realized that black had like smudged on my inner corner. My bad. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this liner on my angled brush and just use it to extend the inner corner a little bit. Just gonna follow along the brown that we made earlier, and that is pretty much the eyes. I toyed around with maybe putting lashes on. I put a poll up on my Instagram and it was voted to just go naked and not have lashes. Honestly, I think it kind of just lets the eyeshadow speak for itself, you know. I feel like it's super simple but impactful, and eye looks like that are nice sometimes, you know. I'm gonna go ahead, do my base and everything, and we will come back and see the finished look together. See you guys in a sec. Alright you guys, so this is the second look. I love it. I haven't done something like this in a while, and I especially have not put shimmer throughout my crease. I went for a really kind of pouty, overdrawn lip, which I'm obsessed with. For more like glowy, candlelit skin, I love this highlight combo. Everything that I use on my face will be linked below, but I use the Vive Skin Dew as a base, and then I set it with the Jaclyn Hill Dew Me Luminous Setting Powder, and this just creates such a candlelit glow. It looks beautiful, not textured at all, just literally melts into your skin and looks like it's part of it. It looks so beautiful. But yeah, these eyes are so dramatic and I love it. I'm obsessed with this eyeshadow palette. You can do so much with it. I mean, I've created two completely different looks. One still dramatic but neutral, then one pretty much rainbow eye, super duper colourful. It is so diverse. I'm obsessed. I've used this actually quite a lot since I've got it. It's great for everyday and it's great for pop of colour, and yeah. I'd say there's two kind of duds in the palette, which is the Lockdown shade and the Frere shade. It's just not super shimmery or anything. The Festive shade as well is a bit meh. They're more of a satin formula almost, where the rest kind of stand out more. The other three shimmers in here really work well, and the mattes are just so good apart from the lavender. So I think it's well worth the money, especially if you want to support SOPH. I feel like Makeup Revolution's collabs are usually a lot better in quality generally. So yeah, I still highly recommend this palette, still stick by my review. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these two different looks. Let me know if you want me to play around with it a little bit more, because I will gladly do so. And yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you now. I'm gonna go take some pictures of this because I feel really fierce. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, hit the red button down below and the bell button so you get notified of when I upload next. If you enjoyed this and you would like more tutorials, please leave a thumbs up on this video so I know. If you don't know, I have a giveaway running on my last video. I'll link it up here so you don't miss it. You'll potentially win a Natasha Denona palette, so make sure you check out that video. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I hope I see you on the next one. Till then, bye guys.